It's gonna be the most disgusting D I've ever had.
Right,
Trust me, I've had a whole lot of D.
this D is hard to keep down.
Yeah, it's hard to.
That's gonna be the intro.
It doesn't go down easy.
This D's burning my throat.
It's gonna be the intro clip.
Oh, that's right, we're recording.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, you just fucking.
Can I pull up to the scene first?
Yeah, dude.
Cheese and rice.
Cheese and rice. That's very creative. I like it. Cheese and rice.
I just thought about it.
You're trying to stay out of hell.
Oh,
I
it's
like
like
it.
old school where the can cracked in the mic.
Oh yeah. I wish I did it on the mic. Like the whole.
Like
sound.
Lil Wayne, whenever he starts with a flick, you could be the soda can pop, just, and then you just.
Lil Wayne never heard of him. Sorry.
Hey, welcome to the Squad Goals podcast. It's episode 24, and I'm AJ here with, on my left,
D'Angelo.
and on my right,
I know what it is.
Devon.
Oh, the shots pulled up.
which ones are which?
C's, D's.
You guys can take mine.
Mystery shot.
Take a C cup.
You want one, Mark?
Yeah, you gotta do it.
And since it's our 24th episode, we're turning 24 like you do on your 24th birthday. You get heavily intoxicated for no reason.
I think that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Cheers.
That's what happens.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I really don't want to do this.
Mystery shots.
What was
Yo, that had glass. The glass that had ice, and that bitch was rough. Oh shit.
I feel like that's just vodka.
Oh, that felt like just. Whoa.
I don't know what that was.
That was
We just took some mystery shots, and we're trying to figure out what they are.
Oh,
Hey Jay,
shit.
what was your shot?
That needs to stay a
Not
mystery.
good.
Hey, look, hide your glasses so he don't take them. Hide them. Just keep it like that. Yeah, just hold it. We just
Well-
gonna act like we're still talking.
Well,
and
like you
I
do
mean,
on your
shit. We're trying to be so
24th.
sneaky right now.
Well, sorry, I'm drunk.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Oh,
Thank you.
Chicken sandwich?
Oh, it was supposed to be a wrap, but I'll eat it anyway.
You sure, man?
Yeah.
What a diva, D'Angelo.
picky, you're
Jeez.
Um,
Wow.
you know, we have a
wrap.
tradition on this podcast. Every 6 episodes, we do something.
Let's
We
hear it.
start the episode with a little rap.
Oh,
And
speaking
I
of
re-
rap, right?
I really wasn't prepared. So I'm going to kind of do something from the heart.
Oh, jeez.
So,
That's a little acapella
yeah, I don't need a beat.
from the corazón,
I got a beat. I got a beat coming in.
from your heartbeat.
So let me try to think.
This is coming from your heart.
24, score and 7 years ago, a couple of guys and a couple of hoes got together to create a brand new show. Hey, can you make the beat go a little slow? It doesn't really complement my unique style and flow. Okay, that's much better. Where did I leave off? Hang on, I need a cough. Squad to the goals to the POD. Here we come every Friday. Get ready because the show's about to begin.
What the fuck? Oh, you're the reach god. I fuck with it.
Oh.
Yo, that was hard, bro.
Man, the crazy part is that you're getting better.
That came that came from your head.
That was awful.
That
But you're getting better.
That was a freestyle right there.
Oh shit. He's getting better, bro. You gonna fuck around and make a tape off this.
When's the next one? Episode 30.
30 episode. Dirty 30.
Some shots of this pure white Hennessy that your boy got on this cruise.
Hey.
And right now I need another coat. Yeah, go ahead, boys. Y'all don't get big boy shots on me. You still have some drink in there. That's fucked up.
You want some, Mark?
You want some, Mark?
We have a studio audience again.
He drinks that Hennessy, though. That pure white. He had a bottle first. Well, it wasn't the first time I had it, but we enjoyed a nice bottle at home.
That sounds very romantic. You have
Pause.
a fire lit.
Pause.
We enjoyed a nice
Roommate.
bottle.
My
We
roommate.
enjoyed a nice bottle alone.
You want to introduce yourself or save it for a future episode?
He's not on camera.
Yo.
Hey, we got Mark.
Here's Mark, everybody. D-Lo's roommate. You
Yep.
got, you got something you want to say to the people?
No.
To D-Lo's people? Go ahead, bro. I want to see. I want to
guys
see you
ever-
taste it.
Well, you must have had it because the bottle was open.
Yeah.
Have you had Hennessy White before?
No, but I feel like I earned it after that rap.
Have you? Oh shit!
We all need it after your rap.
You almost choked. That's God telling you to relax. He was like, hold up.
All right.
That was too much.
Cheers.
Go ahead.
Cheers.
Do we choose
Are we shooting it?
No, don't shoot it.
I'm gonna sip on that.
I just want to see. I just want to see your reaction. You drink Henny? I'm surprised you didn't sniff on it.
It's like Hennessy, but like sweet,
Whiter.
Like,
Yeah, it's smoother. I like it. I fucks with it.
I love it.
Oh, Mark shot that
He
shit.
shot it.
Mark said, I don't give
He's
a
drunk.
fuck.
Yeah. He's drunk.
Well,
He's
I don't,
driving home
I
in a
don't
few
want.
minutes.
I don't want Mark to feel alone.
Well, I wanted to bring something up. It's a little deep.
What's that?
I've been in a mood lately.
What's the move?
Do you think you are the best version of yourself right now?
We talking like clones?
No. Hear me out. To get to this moment, sneaking liquor in Gaspar's Patio Bar and Grill, you followed a series of choices down this little river of life.
I played the. Yeah. Okay.
Do you think every choice you've picked has led to the best timeline? Like, if something went different, do you think there's another version of you that's better off or worse off? Like, here's my example. We all work together.
Yeah.
We all met at work. If I didn't get that job, we wouldn't be here right now. Where would I be? 6 years I've worked there. Like, where would my life be? Would I be better off? Like, for example, where we work now was my second choice. I really wanted to work at the Green Iguana,
The green iguana.
and they turned me down. What if they said yes, and then I was content? I would probably be having a podcast with some bad bitches right now and better off.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, you probably living life right now. Now you're stuck.
But
with us.
that's my art thing is
I don't know.
like a choose your own adventure book. Do you think you pick the best
That's kind of hard to really depict. It's like the infinite timelines. You can have an infinite amount.
Are
of
you in the best
realities.
timeline right now?
I'm probably not, but I'm happy where I'm at.
I think I'm in the
No,
most
yeah,
normal.
that's
I feel like I'm the normal timeline. I feel like if it was a TV show, I would be the baseline storyline. Like I have enough good and bad in my storyline.
So you
So-
feel like
Like I don't feel like,
morally okay.
yeah, I don't feel like I'm the best one. Like I feel like there's a timeline Devon where he's just living the fucking dream life. But I also think there is a Devon who's living a very, very
like
sad
for example, what if there
and
was
miserable life.
what if
And I'm happy I'm in the
there's
middle.
a timeline where you are like a multi-millionaire, super famous, just because you did one other choice?
I do feel like kind of the whole butterfly effect.
Yeah, that's what it is, pretty much. Like,
the smallest thing could have changed your whole entire life.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel comfortable where I'm at.
it's not an
And I
argument
feel-
of if you're happy where you're
Yeah.
at. It's do you think it's the best outcome?
But I got a question, AJ. Are you happy where you are at?
No, because I wanted to work at Green Iguana. I really
see-
think
let's-
man, I should have took that.
Let's get down to the bottom. Are you happy right now?
Have you been to Green Iguana? They have the best fried cheesecake.
They do?
Yeah.
How do you fry cheesecake?
I don't know. I would have learned. I would have been frying cheesecakes. I would have been.
You'd have been fat as hell with bad bitches.
Well,
Probably would have had chest hair. You probably
He
would
does
have
have
just
chest hair. Me?
no, like him.
I got
yeah.
chest hair.
Like no, but you would have been
Dude's
big with
hairy.
it.
I'm big with it. I'm big with it. Look,
Oh, dog. Okay, I see you.
Nah,
You a
this is
fucking
disgusting.
you a bear out here, huh?
that's.
Is that the term? Bear? You a bear?
I would probably be more of an otter because I'm more skinny and slender, but hairy. But anyway, that's a different topic. But here's another example. But during this job hunt, I don't know why everything's like narrowing it down to this period of time, but
Yeah.
because I feel like I had a lot of choices that I could have went down. there was one place I applied, and it was like a seedy strip club in St. Petersburg. I wish I remember the name of it. I went.
It was called CDs.
I went. There was drug dealers and prostitutes all over the place.
How did you know? Did they have signs?
No, but you knew. You knew.
You knew.
Well, it was a strip club, so that's a start.
I was like
Not
this
to say that they're all like
young
Wow.
18-year-old boy. I show up. It was closed. They had neon paintings, like a bowling alley, of like women with their legs open that would glow in the dark, but they were like hand drawn. It wasn't like photos. The stage was made out of plywood and was like held up by 2x4s. And then during the interview, this like young kid, like 8 years old, came in, and he talked to the owner who I was interviewing with, and he's like, "Hey, the Jamaican lady the old Jamaican lady down the street wants to know if she needs a clean tonight." And the owner said, "No, she's good." Which, that was a bunch of questions, like, why was there an 8-year-old doing it?
Yeah.
Why is it just the old Jamaican lady down the street?
and
why is it good?
What
They
do you
didn't
mean
need a
by
clean.
And is the old Jamaican
many
lady,
questions.
is she a maintenance worker or is she a stripper at the club and she's trying to figure out does she need to clean or not?
But, well, anyway, my point, I got the job.
Exactly, D-Lo. You assume maid. You didn't think stripper.
I thought of an infinite amount of possibilities.
So if the club owner's telling her she don't gotta clean, like,
I mean, instinctually, I would think of a particular place in her body.
What?
But
Whoa!
if she needs to clean.
Clean the house.
No, come
Clean
on.
the restaurant.
My bad. I'm lost. I thought you meant like if she needs a clean.
I mean, I was going both
thought
ways.
that's what you said.
I was going both ways. You're right. I was saying there's two different possibilities, but you never even thought
No,
of the
you were
maid
talking
possibility?
about cleaning up with money. He was talking about cleaning her
Well,
privates.
I was talking about cleaning the privates too. She cleaning money too. She's a launderer,
Yeah.
maid / stripper.
But
this old Jamaican
my
lady
point
got
being,
ambition.
I got the job
I
because
mean, the Hennessy's kicking in.
the owner said, "Hey, no, we wanted a
They don't
female.
sell that here.
We wanted a female for this job, but no one's really applied, so I guess we'll give it to you." So I got the job. I just never called, and she never called
which
me.
is how he
Really?
got his last girlfriend.
Going
She said the
back,
same thing.
what if I said yes?
Have you gone back to that strip club?
No, I wish I remember because I would have gone. Because I don't think people believe me of what this place looked like.
Yeah.
There was also a buffet, but
Hey.
Hey,
all you can eat.
I hear.
Old
Some
Jamaican ladies running the buffet.
I hear some strip clubs have pretty good food.
But
Oh yeah,
You
and
get,
then
I heard they had some nice
I heard
steaks.
Atlanta
You get a nice surf and turf at the same time.
But where would I be if I
Get her
took
to
that
surf
job
your
at
turf.
18? I would be addicted to drugs, most likely. I'm taking a good gamble. I would probably have a stripper pregnant, and I would probably be like getting laid a lot more.
Probably not.
How do you know that though?
I think I would have stuck with the
I
job.
felt like you
I was
would've-
kind of desperate, and look, I got this job
felt like
that
you
I'm
would've
at
paid
now, and
for
I
it
never
more.
left. And I was an impressionable young little boy in the
Little Italian boy.
in this new environment that I've never been used to.
Yeah.
You want
You
to do
fa-
what to my meatballs?
You fast forward now.
They would have been trying to like turn you into the worst.
Yeah, you fast forward now, I would be like, hey, you want to dance tonight? You gotta suck on this cock. That would be me. That's the version. Like, is that
You would have been just the guy like cleaning up the money, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, but I would have been like,
You would be
running
the
that
nerdy
place.
guy. Girls would come up and like flash you their tits and you're like, oh, geez.
What is two lips plus my cock equal? What you're doing tonight?
Stop saying that.
That would be me. I would probably have a goatee, a ponytail, probably like 250 pounds.
Do you use that word
What?
in like your everyday? Is that
No,
how-
but that version of me does. That's what I'm saying. There's a version of me in another universe where I took that job.
How would you know what that version of you would be like though?
I know myself, and I know
No, but that
the
would
route I would.
that would be a different version of yourself. So you don't know. You're just thinking about what you would be.
I would be
you
pissed
wouldn't
that
know.
Sandy is asking for child support again, but maybe if she was working a little bit more on that
Oh,
pole,
Sandy, why,
she wouldn't-
guy?
So it's her fault she's not putting in enough hours on the
But
phone?
my thing is,
Why, Sandy?
these different routes you take, did you take the best one? You think? Do you think you're at your peak D'Angelo right now?
Or
is there some like a choice
I'm
you
sure,
had
I'm
where
sure
you
a
were
version
like,
of me, I could have experienced more things out of life that I probably would like to experience. So maybe not, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not like, I don't have too many regrets where I sit back and like, I really wish I was this other version of D'Angelo.
I'm not saying do you regret where you're at.
No.
Like the thing is, like, I'm happy with the choices I've taken.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, where would my life be if something went different? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
you had this choice to get a new job and you turned it down, or what if the job that you're at now, they turned you down? Like, where would you be?
I just feel like maybe I would have had experiences that I haven't had in this timeline or in this reality. So maybe, yeah.
Well, like, for example, like I've told you before, like, I had the option to go to a nice school in New York for film, and I kind of, like, dragged my feet and didn't take it. Would that route have been different?
You'd be in Hollywood right now. Probably.
Oh, I think that version was the best version.
Wow.
I can track it down to that decision. But
I think about like certain like moves that I've made in the past and like how different would my life have been with had I not taken that move,
Yeah, that's exactly what we're
like,
or for example, I've always wanted to do things with film. My entire life, I've always wanted to go down that career path, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, like, not long after high school, right around, like, this period of time where I'm talking about where I was looking for jobs bartending, the passion kind of fizzled out. I still always said, like, oh, I want to do something in film, but, like, the passion wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see why I've been thinking about this. There was one video I made that re-sparked the passion, and I went, oh, I forgot how much I truly like doing this, and that's where the passion started, which led us to this podcast now and all these things. It was our friend Enrique's 21st birthday. I made a video for him, and that was the first video I made probably since high school, and I went, oh, I forgot how much I like doing this.
Yeah, we recently rewatched that video.
That's why I was like, that's why you would be...
Would you say that was before our like Hard Rock? Was that before our Hard Rock video? I don't think it was, because that was kind of
Our
like...
bleep video.
Yeah, but that one I didn't like, the passion didn't ignite.
Oh,
because I knew...
It did for me.
But it was like in that period of time where I'm like, because if you asked me when like the passion wasn't there, I would always say, oh, I want to do something in film, but I was never working towards it. I never really, it didn't excite me. It was just, I said it because I always said it.
Yeah.
But it was the Enrique video, because that was like the first video I did that came out the way I wanted
Which we
to.
recently rewatched. And
Yeah.
It was a good time
Yeah,
going down memory lane
for
and
the
watching that.
record, for our friend's 21st birthday, I recorded like a documentary and edited it together for him, and it was like a 20-minute mini movie of the events of the night. But yeah, that's what ignited it. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot how much I missed this. And going back, well, if I didn't get the job at where we're at now, the Hard Rock, and I got the job at Green Iguana, I would have never made that movie, which would be like maybe the passion never ignited, and then where like all these things. And then that's kind of like where it started, where it was like, oh, how much things are by chance.
Yeah.
Like, for example,
I think it's all about like looking at, the good perspective of it, like instead of sitting back and thinking about how it like could have negatively affect your situation.
Yeah, I'm not like, I'm
just saying like if you look at it from a perspective of like those choices may have led to some things that have benefited you. Like, I think you'll have less regret.
It's not regret. I'm just saying, like, I think it's more like how things are by chance. Like, when I was talking about this at work, this, like, idea, I was talking to one of our friends, John Wall, who's been on the podcast.
Yeah.
And we were talking, he met his wife now by chance. He went out to a club, met her there, and then the rest is history. But, like, he told me he almost didn't go because he was supposed to go with a group. Mm-hmm. They all bailed on him the day of, so he was like, oh, I don't really want to go, but I guess I'll just go by myself. And I was like, well, what if you said no? Like, these little things that are, like, just by chance that can lead to such a big part of your life that, like, there's these decisions and moments in your life that you don't realize have a big lasting effect, and you don't really... As
And
simple as, should I go to a club tonight or
It
not?
could be the most
can-
minuscule, like trivial reason, but
I just want to work at the Greenable.
I think that's what this is. I think you just really regret where you're at right now. You just want to go work at the
would you say you're living your best life? I would say, you know what, there's experiences and there's things that I probably wish that I have done that I haven't had a chance to do, and maybe in some other kind of life,
You
maybe
did 'em?
maybe I could have done it. So,
Yeah.
but
Like
yeah,
for me.
not to take away from me being complacent with the way that things are right
Yeah,
now.
like for me,
But,
like
yeah,
I feel
but
like
yeah.
if I would have like went harder in sports,
You're like
right
9 years
now,
old.
I could be living in luxury.
But like, yeah, if I went to the school in New York, that route probably would have. I think that might have been. I really think that might have been my best life. But also, who knows? What if there is something that happens down
Oh,
the
yeah,
line?
for sure.
And you never
And
know.
not to say, yeah, I mean, hopefully by chance, but and you may never know, that alternate route may have been something that would have led you to a worse predicament than what your life is right
I
now.
probably would have been shot. I think a lot of my outcomes ends up.
You being shy.
This one guy offered to change my life if I sold him my soul this one time, and I turned him down. I feel like if I
And that guy is his name's the devil.
his name, he gave me a card. It was Lucy. Lucy first. something
Was
like
she
that.
really
She was-
fine and had a British accent?
Yeah, she was fine as hell.
Okay. I've seen that movie.
I felt like if I would have done that deal, I felt like I could be the next big thing.
And I made a little joke about me getting shot in every timeline. That's not how I go out. I already know how I'm dying.
Wait,
It's-
what's up? How are you dying?
Have you ever seen the show Snapped?
Yes.
That's it. My story will be on an episode. Like, I'm going to be married or dating a woman.
You're gonna be dating Alexa because we're gonna be that far into the future. You're gonna ask her what time.
A surrogate version of Alexa.
You're gonna ask her what time it is for the 10th time, and she's gonna strangle you.
Well, I just think
You're
like
gonna be the first Alexa strangle victim.
I'm gonna date a girl and she's just gonna be pushed to the limit and she's just gonna snap, and that's how I die in every timeline. Or she's gonna Gone Girl me. Spoiler alert.
Well, you didn't spoil anything. You just said that.
Yeah, but like that. Those are like my two outcomes.
Yeah.
In
Saying-
every timeline. Every timeline.
Wait,
it's
are
like,
you
saying spoiler
Ben
alert
Affleck
actually
or are
spoiled
you?
it.
Oh, I'm Ben Affleck.
Okay.
I'm Ben Affleck.
You could have been.
That's very high.
And
You think very
Yeah.
highly of yourself.
get cut up in the bed.
That or that might end up in the
More-
just
Spoiler
regular
alert.
snap
More
route where she just
spoilers.
snaps. But yeah, no, it's gonna be on TV. It's gonna be on Lifetime. My story. You guys are probably gonna get interviewed talking about like
That's funny
they
that
were
you
such a
think
cute
that I'm still
couple. I
gonna be
never
a
saw
part of
this
your life.
happening. I didn't think she had that in him or in her. Like they always
Sandy.
seemed happy when I saw them. Sandy.
You and Sandy.
And it's like I was just caught off guard. I don't know. And like that's
No, we're
that's
gonna,
my end.
We're gonna know. I feel like now you're just gonna really like antagonize some poor woman until she snaps.
No, it's
Like-
not. I'm not doing it on purpose.
You're
But it's
gonna
gonna
be
be.
Huh? You about to snap yet?
I bet you won't.
Give
I
her
bet
a
you
gun
won't.
and she's like, you won't.
It's
You
gonna
won't.
be like
You look fat in those jeans.
I'm gonna go up to her like.
No.
Do you
Bet you won't pull it.
I'm
I
gonna,
bet you won't pull it.
I'm gonna like be talking to her like, do you think we're in the best timeline right now? And she's like, you've talked about this like 15 times. Like I can't. I just like we're on this again. Like,
Don't shut. If I have to watch Mamma Mia for the 5th time, I'm gonna fucking blow my brains out. No, I'm blowing your brains out. She's gonna be like, my, here I go again. Pow, pow.
like,
You
it's
thought
just-
I would miss you.
It's
No.
not me doing anything on purpose, but I think it's just the aura I put out that just is gonna drive everyone crazy.
Yeah.
And I said that around an ex once, which I didn't really realize she was in the room, and she said,
Wow,
yeah.
yeah, it's
She
awkward.
agreed. She said, yeah, probably.
Oh wow, yeah. At that moment, you just all right. Time to let this one go.
Yeah.
No, we weren't dating. It was recently.
Mm.
But,
Oh.
yeah.
Mm.
I don't want to go into details. But
What-
anyway,
was it the one
Nah.
that tried to kill you?
someone that did try to kill me.
Can,
It was the one that did snap.
can we talk about this?
No.
If we vaguely talk about it, can we vaguely talk about it? Because if we talk about it, if she outs herself, she's outing herself.
Well, we can not talk about it.
Yeah. There was a situation
Go ahead,
That I
talk
was-
about it. Let it off your chest.
hinting at about someone snapping and someone snapped, but didn't get away with it because I'm that much faster.
How did,
She didn't snap.
Can-
She's just Hispanic.
Can we know how she snapped? Can we know how she snapped? What?
I'll give you the cliff notes. I'm walking down the street after an argument. I didn't
Walking
have
down
my
the
car,
street
I
in a
didn't have phone.
tuxedo. Let them know you're in a
Yeah.
tuxedo.
And I'm walking down the street, and I'm like, oh, I made it a mile away, and I just see some headlights. I'm like, oh, car, whatever. They'll pass.
A little closer.
And it was getting closer, and I'm like, huh. So I start speeding up, and I'm like, it's coming real fast. And I start, like, running, and the car was like, I got off the street, and the car jumped the curb. But anyway, this might get cut. But
He's so terrified he might cut it from the podcast. He's like, she might try to kill me again.
anyway, I was talking. I didn't realize this person was in the room.
so
because
scared.
we're good now. We're very good now.
Very good.
But I was talking. I didn't realize she was in the room. I was telling my theory that I'm going to be on Snap, and I just hear her go, yeah, you're probably right. And I think she said you have a type, which
You're crazy. That's the type.
You like him.
You're like Eminem. What's the Eminem song on the new album? Crazy, whatever.
and this whole conversation.
It's
Hey,
like-
welcome to
it's
this.
like yeah.
He's so scared right now.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yo, I don't want to break these, man. What's up?
What are you doing?
Why are they not swiveling?
I got the jerk chicken. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yo, cut that out. Me fucking.
I'm also inebriated.
Well, I know now that it said cut it out. That's definitely gonna be on there now. But
Hey, we're back.
Hold on.
You wanted me to talk about?
Halfway into the sandwich.
what's a guan?
You wanted me to talk about that thing I brought up,
Which one?
the underwear?
Well, now that sounds weird. Like we had a private conversation about your underwear. that
No,
I should bring up.
it's not. I just
Yeah, you have a list and
of things I want to bring up on the podcast.
and on that list it says new underwear. That's all it says, and I want to know what's that. What's that
It's
about?
really not anything glamorous. I just need new underwear really bad.
Like,
because-
how bad?
All my underwear, and I should have brought a couple of pairs for reference,
I'm glad you did it.
have no bottoms. Like, there's nothing that goes underneath. There's just like a front flap and a second flap, but every pair.
Yeah, you need new underwear.
Yeah.
You ball sweat disintegrated the bottom of your.
Or
drawers.
I'll get a little graphic.
So your
But there's
underwear
some
are basically like skirts right now.
Yeah, the best pair I have like one little hole, and like the balls go through the hole, but everything else is protected. But I just need new underwear.
Wait, so-
That's all it was.
Wait. So you still wear them?
That's
I don't have any other underwear.
That's for
I
breeze.
just need new underwear.
Yes, you do.
Oh, by the way, Mark joined us on
Oh,
the
yeah.
podcast.
This is Mark. You saw him earlier taking the shot. He's now sitting at the table. Now, wait, hold on. So you got. So what you're telling me is right now the
Next
draw,
week I will bring like multiple pairs.
the draws you're wearing on right now. You're telling me your balls are
Yes.
are drooping out. They're
Yeah.
extra breezy.
Yes. And also, I don't even want to go into
Why
detail
do
like
you even,
this.
Why do you even wear?
I
the
don't want to go
draws?
into detail, but I found out a second situation after I made the list of the underwear.
What's that?
When I put on these pants and on my way here, I found out these jeans have a hole in the bottom. So right now, under here, it's a show.
I think we have.
If the camera was down below. That's
So you just all
It's a good thing to get
unprotected.
from above, you know. Like,
yeah. Like I was driving. I'll be graphic. I don't care. I
You
got
felt
nothing to
you
lose
felt an
anymore.
extra
I'm gonna-
breeze. That's what you felt.
Yeah, I was
Does it feel
driving.
nice? Nice little breeze and
No, it wasn't the
keep
breeze.
the balls cool.
I looked down. I went, my balls are out.
Yeah.
And
Your
then
You just kept on going.
And I was like, I was too far.
This feels nice.
I was too far to turn around.
You're like, wow, I feel real chilly right now.
You want to look?
I know.
If you don't believe me? Yeah, I was like,
we'll just take your word.
I got scared. I was like, is there gum on the seat? And I was like, oh, that's not
Is there
gum.
gum on the seat? Is there gum on the fucking seat? This guy.
Where's this draft coming from?
Why is it so breezy under here?
So not only is it the underwear, the pants are, I don't know what I'm doing where the bottom of all my pants and underwear are just ripping.
You just.
What's your Stitch Fix
He's out here.
coordinator?
You're out here just rubbing
It's
your
all
crotch on everything like a fucking. Like a dog and eat. You didn't stop that shit.
Tell Stitch Fix that they need to.
You're fucking
It's
up
not
your
my
fabric.
Stitch Fix clothes. The Stitch Fix clothes.
No, I know, but I'm saying they should like upgrade and give you an underwear package.
But
and a
what's
sock
happening to
package.
cause it?
Like I said, you're causing too much friction. Quit all that humping and shit. And
There's too much heat down there.
Just
you're disintegrating the
The
fabric.
heat is on down there.
Or you got some crotch moths.
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Only going
right?
after the crotch.
I'm gonna tell you what
of
it
your
is.
things.
You can't keep buying like underwear from like Walmart for like
Yeah.
10 for a bag
Stay out the grab bag.
and go 10 years without buying some new ones.
to be honest, I've
You
had
have
all
to
my
buy.
underwear for probably like
you need to be
10 years plus.
Yeah, you need
Yeah,
to
like
you need to
Usher.
upgrade.
Yeah.
You know, Usher only wears one pair of drawers before he throws them away.
It's a little bit too much information.
You gotta get on your Usher, man.
But what about these
that gets
shoes?
expensive though.
That really does.
And I bet he gets like expensive underwear too.
He probably gets them like stitched that night, like
Well,
while
I'll
he's
tell you
asleep,
why, 'cause-
he had somebody at the
Yeah.
like thigh just stitching the
Well,
drawers.
because he doesn't want to spread the herpes onto the next.
Oh,
Whoa!
shit. Oh my God!
Ush baby.
You just gonna throw Usher like that under the bus?
So
wow.
he's just
I mean,
feeling, he's just
Did
feeling the
anybody
burn
else listen
left
to
and
Let It Burn differently? Did
Yeah.
y'all listen
All
to
the
Let
time.
It?
Yeah.
You're like, damn.
Is that what that song's about?
Is it?
I think it is.
At first, I thought it
100%.
was about two people falling out of love, and they got to let that relationship burn off.
It's a
But-
symbolism for him, like
But now,
accepting it.
is this like the song that he secretly shouted out to all the girls that he got? And he's just like, "What you gotta do, you just gotta let it burn. Deep down, you know it's bad for yourself, but you hate the
Yeah.
thought of her
Yeah,
being
yeah,
with someone
yeah,
else,
but
but you know that it's over, cause you know. I
Yeah.
know it is too. Let it burn.
I felt the same way about like Frank Ocean when they were saying Novocaine
Oh yeah,
was about him like coming out.
yeah.
How?
Things aren't the same.
Can you elaborate?
Put me on a film that I never had. I never
Or
had.
just where he's like
And ever since I've been trying to
get it back, yeah.
pick it up and put it back.
I thought it was just he went to the dentist.
Got some Novocaine.
I thought it was all like drugs though. But I didn't. What was his first hit that he came out with? Thinking About You.
Yeah.
Nobody knew he was gay when he came out with Thinking About You, and then like when he came out with Thinking About, everybody was like, wow, like they put a whole different. I still bumped the song, but everybody was like,
I mean,
that put a whole different.
Do you bump it and now you're just like,
I've been
I really
thinking
can't
about
commit to
you.
the song now?
No.
Nah,
I've
cause
been
I
thinking
can
about you.
I can put myself in a different realm. I'm like, okay, I can
Yeah.
put myself in the song.
I mean,
and put
it's
it towards
the
somebody
same-
else.
It's
But
the same way where
but the people who are like, yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of people who are like gay and they make music for both genders. It's not like
like Sam Smith.
Sam Smith,
Sam Smith is the
Elton-
songbird of our generation.
Elton John. Elton John
Yeah.
makes music. You know, he's like gay, but he makes music for both.
Crocodile Rock is the song of our generation.
This guy. You know any more Elton John?
Yellow Brick Road.
Uh-huh.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Our song.
Can you feel the love
Can
tonight?
you feel the love tonight?
Okay. You know a lot of E EJ.
EJ has a lot of music.
Elton.
The
Rest in
John,
peace.
which is we're giving him new nicknames. Like,
Rest in peace.
He's still alive.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I'm kidding. I wanted to see him in Vegas, but no one would go with me.
So like you're hanging out with some white people.
But let's see what else is on my list.
No, he was the white person.
Oh.
Instead, we went to see 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg.
Oh, okay, yeah. Elton John loses out to 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg.
That's a smart
That
move.
was a fun concert. I got
that
really.
was-
that
that
was
was-
for my birthday. I got really drunk.
That was a very good show because
You were-
I thought that they
You
were
were
just like
so lost. You were like, wait. Which one's 50 Cent?
I thought they would perform like, a song here and there, but they legitimately like 50 Cent had his Snoop Dogg came out first, and he went out, he performed like for a good 45 minutes to an hour, and then 50 Cent came out and performed for like an hour, and Snoop Dogg's in the back like, dancing in the background.
Flavor Flav
Yeah,
showed
Flavor
up.
Flav was there.
That
He got on
Michael
the
Blackson,
That
Mike
sounds-
Tyson. It was crazy.
Sounds
I
like
guess
a
it's Vegas.
lot of-
Well, Mike Tyson wasn't on the stage. He was
Oh,
just
no.
there chilling.
Sounds
He was
like
there
a
afterwards.
lot of old
Yeah.
people.
And then didn't Mike Tyson almost hit a woman in the face? I was not there for that.
Nah, I don't want. She was like touching his face, like, and
Tell
she
the
was.
story. Who's
Oh.
the
She
woman
don't-
you think Mike Tyson's gonna?
No,
She doesn't know
he
that's
might hear this.
dangerous. That's the
I'm
danger
scared.
zone.
That
That man's
is
biting ears off. You don't
Nah,
think he's gonna
he
take
was-
a digit?
He's peaceful now. Though.
This
He's
was after
peaceful.
the show, right? We went to the Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent show, and afterwards, Mike Tyson was there, and he was talking to Michael Blackson, right? And I approached him just to get like a picture, just to see that he was there. One of our friends actually got a picture with him, and when I was next to get a picture, some girl was touching all over his face, and he got really pissed off about it.
Don't touch my tattoos.
But she honestly, like, she was a little bit too invasive, and like, I feel for him, but he got really pissed off. And
I'm mad. That
they
sounds
ended
like
up just walked
Yogi
away.
Bear.
So basically, you're saying
My
that she deserved the punch. If she would have got punched,
Hey,
she
boo-boo.
deserved the punch at that time.
I wouldn't say that that's a Mike Tyson punch. That's not just a regular punch, so she doesn't deserve it.
You would've-
But the thing is, like, a lot of like
She would
people, they
die.
see the celebrities and they feel like they can
Touch
just
their
for a
girl.
minute they can do whatever they want. Like,
Yeah.
no,
How about if she would have ate the punch?
those are like a
Oh
normal person.
shit!
How about if she just
What
took it?
if-
She needs to start a career in boxing.
What if
Yeah,
we saw
I don't get why people like lose their minds over celebrities.
Yeah, they're just like us.
They're
I
just-
try.
So if you saw Cher walking around, you would.
I'd be like,
Why
hey, I loved
shit?
you in Mamma Mia too. Here we go again.
What if you saw?
They're just normal
ABBA?
people. They're-
You want to go crazy?
I would be like, hey, how's it going? Can I buy you a drink? That's my go-to move.
I don't personally have that attachment with I like care for what people do, and like the stuff that they do resonates with me, but them as a person, like, anyone is susceptible to make poor life decisions, and then I would hate to like idolize someone and find out afterwards that this person was under wraps, like R. Kelly or like Bill Cosby, that they were doing
Bill Cosby was rough.
that they were doing some crazy things behind the
Y'all
scenes.
looking at the
so I don't look.
difference when he's dancing in just shimmy. I'm like, oh, can't he get jiggy?
What
with
was he
this
talking
one?
about when he said pudding pop?
Yeah,
no,
just
no,
like,
I,
oh my gosh.
I'm
Right.
Bill Cosby is like, I'm still upset about it.
Yeah,
to
it was,
hear.
that was
We,
But you may never know what the people are doing like behind the wraps.
we met a celebrity besides Mike Tyson, and I felt like we kept our cool pretty well.
Who was a celebrity?
Jason Momoa,
Oh yeah, that's right. that's right.
Aquaman, Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones. We saw him at a club in New Orleans.
See, I personally I don't go crazy.
And we said, "Can we buy you a drink?"
Didn't he diss y'all? Didn't he
Yeah,
say
he
no?
said no.
I don't blame him. I mean, we could be some like weirdos who like drug his drink or something like that. So
I did. I was
Jason
That was the
Jason
point.
Momoa.
I had a roofied Guinness that I had to get rid of.
Jason Momoa, when you hear this, we weren't planning. We're just trying to have a good time with you.
He's
When
gonna
you
be
hear
like,
this, not if you
AJ's
hear it.
gonna be like, hey guys, I got Aquaman. Come here.
But here's the thing. Here, I'm gonna give you some knowledge about meeting celebrities.
What's that?
You want to hang out with a celebrity? If you go up and treat them like a celebrity, they're not gonna. They don't
Yeah.
care. You're a fan, whatever. Hey, nice to meet you. But
Yeah.
you go up and you're like, hey, let's have a drink, and then like you hang out, then you become best friends, and that's my best timeline. Is Jason Momoa taking that drink. I would have been on Game of Thrones. I would have been a Dothraki right now, running around.
Well,
I would be
Khal
Aqualad.
Drogo's not even.
I would be Aqualad, his sidekick in
you
the
can,
movie.
You can take AJ's word for it because he's hanging out with a lot of celebrities by treating them like total strangers.
No, you just, hey, like we said, hey, can we buy you a drink? And he's like, no. And then he hugged us.
No, he was. Yeah, it was a nice.
He
hug.
just said, no, I'm
It was a
good."
very-
He
No.
respectfully declined.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't.
He didn't say like no. He's just like I'm all right.
He-
But it was
he
a
did
good
hug
experience.
us.
It was a good
He
experience.
hugged you?
Yeah.
He embraced me.
Was it a tight hug?
It was a very tight
Well,
hug. Yeah.
I think that's the only
It
time we
wasn't a
kind of
church
lost our
hug.
cool.
It wasn't a
Yeah, it
church
was
hug.
like,
It was
bring
a
it in.
full fledged.
You lost your cool.
I think he picked me up off the ground.
When a grown man embraced you. you
No,
lost your
it was
cool?
before that. That was the only time I would say we lost our cool. Was someone asked, "Can I get a picture with you?" He said, "I don't do pictures, but I do hugs." and I think we cut and like, oh cool, like, and we cut in front of the girl who asked.
The funny part, right, was that Ian
Y'all got in
Somerhalder
line
was
to
there too.
hug him.
Ian Somerhalder, but no one.
Ian
I mean-
Somerhalder from Vampire Diaries and
Yeah.
a little bit like 3 episodes of Lost. That I only know that because I met him and I looked it up. No one cared.
Well, and he's
And it was his birthday.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think it
Wow.
was his birthday.
It was his birthday. They were celebrating his
I
birthday.
think
And he got stunted on his birthday.
Wow.
Don't bring Jason Momoa to a Somerhalder birthday.
Very true.
This famous saying.
It's like, when you're a famous person, but when you have someone more famous next to you, then you're basically like a regular person.
It's like whenever we go out and people are like, "Hey, I seen you on the podcast," and then AJ shows up and they just forget all about me. They're like, "Hey, you're the guy who go 80 and a 45," and then AJ comes around like, "Ah."
There's been some times we've been walking around work and people acknowledge me about the podcast and they don't bring it up to you.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's at work is.
They never come up to you?
Not really, no.
I
They-
get it. Like
They think we're guests, D'Lo. I've had people like, "Hey, are y'all gonna be on the next episode?"
I get it a lot.
I think so.
I mean, I haven't really experienced that, but.
And here's the thing.
no one really talks to me about it.
I've
Which is
never,
fine,
I've
it's
been never been mentally. I don't know how to like handle that situation. I lock up. I don't
They're
know.
like,
what to
"Hey,
say.
what's the name of the podcast?" Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like, I
I'll,
don't know.
I'll sign your titties. Wait, what?
But like when people are like, "Oh, I watched the podcast," I
Get away from me, Creed.
Like, whoa.
I feel like I might need to cut this conversation out too because I'm gonna come across like as an a-hole. But like when people are like, "Hey, I watched it. It's really good." I don't know what to say without seeming like narcissistic. Like, "Oh yeah, I know. Like, thanks. Like, what do you?" Like, I don't know how
What's
to.
your favorite part?
You just say,
Yeah, like there's
Is it
no.
when I start
easy-
talking?
I just say thank you and then I walk away, and I feel like that's rude as well.
no, you just say thank you, keep watching.
And I don't want to make it sound like I'm recognized that
You'd be
it's
like,
in our work where a lot of people who are watching right now.
I
are at.
say, hey, I appreciate you watching. There's more stuff to come.
just like, "Hey, thank you, keep watching." That's
Now,
all
if they
you
want to
gotta
get descriptive about any kind of conversation that we talk about, I'd love to have that conversation. But
Trying to
say. I
get-
don't have that conversation.
no, I would.
Have it with D-Lo.
It's interesting to me, but it's cool. Though. I like when people bring it up.
What else on my famous list? Shit.
I'm reading on here, Cruise Boat Fight Club and Drake is a pedophile with a bunch of question marks.
Hopefully, we get to both of those. Give me some more Hennessy.
Drake is a
Tennessee
pedophile
White.
with a bunch of question marks. Why is Drake a pedophile?
Because he likes young women.
I got
Well, I don't remember who the girl was, but he said like they asked like, "Oh, you two
You
were
want-
really close." She's like 16, and he's like,
just go get it.
he just said, "We're friends until she's 18," if you know what I mean. And it's like that's not. What's the cutoff for a pedophile? Is it the actual act of doing something, or if you're saying, "Hey, I'm gonna have sex with that underage girl in a couple of years," isn't that just as bad?
You can't
No,
get
absolutely.
arrested for
I think
saying
that-
you're gonna rob the bank. You have to rob the bank.
And then like
first.
11 from Stranger Things, who's 14, like he's like, "Oh yeah, we text all the time. I'm mentoring her on how to be a woman and like all these weird things." And it's like,
I mean,
Drake,
Drake does
calm it
know
down.
everything about how to be a woman, so that makes sense.
so that was my topic.
Yeah, that is weird. That is weird.
That's weird.
You know what that reminds me of? The movie Memoirs of a Geisha. Have you seen it?
No, I've never seen
No.
it.
Well,
He just wanted. He was finding the perfect segue.
No, basically because like there's the main character. I like the movie a lot, but the main character
No, I'm good. Thank you.
well, she's a girl. She becomes a geisha. But this guy who
We're gonna get arrested.
That's what I'm trying to hurry up. Terry looking.
anyway the one who she has like she kind of it's a mutual thing where she falls kind of in love with this guy who approached her when she was like 12 years old, and he approached her and he gave her like some money and like he was really warm and really nice to her. So the whole entire movie she's chasing him, but it's kind of a mutual where he kind of loves her too. So it's weird in that sense, especially when like you revert to a time even maybe like 60, 70 years ago where it was a standard, it was normal for you to date someone who was 12, 13 years old.
Yeah, but I think at that time you would get a sheep.
And that was
With that,
D-Lo's movie.
You would get a
review.
sheep for the marriage.
Yeah,
Or-
no, don't get me
Cal.
wrong. It's weird. It's definitely weird now. I'm not endorsing it or
No, absolutely. It's,
but
Not endorsed. You heard it here first. We're not endorsing pedophilia.
We're
Yeah.
not.
no.
You know, there's a group that's actually trying to make it so pedophilia is legal. It's like they have like their own group, and I want to say the picture is it shows a grown man with like a heart in it, with like a small child inside of the man,
no way.
with a heart on it, and it says like love knows no age or something like that.
I'm not for pedophilia by any stretch of the imagination. But if you were going to make a logo, that's probably the best logo you could make. Like, whoever was a graphic design artist who got tasked with that job, hats off to him. Because
No, he just did what he literally thought is a straight depiction of pedophilia, and he did that.
And some people are saying
He didn't even think about it. There was no subliminal. He just put a little boy in a heart.
Yeah, no. Like, but that's at least classy. Like, you could have been crude with it. You could have.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna be.
I mean, still.
dude,
That's really weird.
Yeah.
some people are saying like it's because they feel like children inside, so they
More.
feel like it's all right for them to date children because they feel like a child. I'm like, that's not how that works. You got to find a grown adult that feels like a child, and y'all just need to do some grown adult freaky children shit.
Yeah, it's weird how like I do think it's weird that how when you're 18 years old you're instantly like they consider you an adult. You may not be an adult like mentally.
Yeah.
You,
AJ's
Yeah.
like, stop. But
you know,
we're gonna cut
just
this.
because you hit a certain point doesn't mean that you've come to a
Yeah,
point
it's not
where
like a
you-
magic, like, on your 18th birthday, all of a
Yeah.
sudden I'm a brand new person.
Or
Like,
Isn't
21 or
isn't
whatever it
that
is.
your slogan though? When they turn 18,
they're a brand new person.
Yeah.
Don't you got like
That's my Tinder profile.
AJ walks around the high schools with just like birthday cards, like it's your birthday, happy birthday.
So it's always like a weird position, especially like if there is some genuine like love there. But you still gotta wait till they hit like 18, bro. I mean, there's like
Oh, he's
yeah.
tap dancing around.
no, there's just like
He's like, even if there's legitimate love there, I'm like, oh.
I guess I'm more still talking about like not an adult with a child. I'm saying like if you're like a teenager, you're a young adult, and
If you're 19, you're good.
If you're still if you're in your eens, it's all right. You gotta be in an een and be messing with somebody in a high een, not a 13.
Well, that's why they have the Romeo law.
At least a 13 and a half.
They have the
And-
Romeo law for that.
Oh yeah.
So you could be 19 and date like a 16-year-old.
yeah, there's 3 years.
There's like a
3
statute
years
of
off.
limitation, or not.
What's the limitation in Florida? Isn't it 16?
Age of consent, and no, it's 18.
In Florida though,
Yeah, it's 18.
18.
it's 18. Where is it low at?
But I think
Probably like Kentucky.
Probably.
It's usually like Alabama.
And like
Louisiana.
Georgia, right?
if I'm not mistaken though, you can still be like 3 years apart
Yeah.
or something like that. But
Yeah.
it's like once it hits like past 3 years, like then
It gets
like
it gets a little
you
fuzzy.
get in the muddy waters.
You're
yeah.
like, your
How
birthday's
did
in
we get on
January.
this topic?
I don't know.
Cause you were talking about Drake being a pedophile.
Yeah, you're the one who brought it up.
You're bringing up pedophile.
So I mean, you have to elaborate a little bit on it, and you should.
yeah, if
On
you're
the
gonna
Drake stuff?
if you're gonna throw Drake's
no,
name
Drake.
out there like
Oh.
that,
I'm not really
It-
well informed about
It's
the
all
issue.
in the same ballpark.
I heard someone say Drake's a pedophile, and I wrote it on my list, and that's the email.
that's all I need to know.
I do
Is
think
that-
that's weird though. That is
Yeah, no,
pretty weird.
and if it was just one,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But now it's two.
Well, and that
And when
I
you say something,
yeah.
we're just friends until she turns 18.
Yeah, and I guess that's my point. Is like, all right, you can have someone who has a genuine compassion and care for someone who's younger, but then you have like someone who like feels the same way, but they'll wait till they're 18 and all of a sudden like that's
yeah,
that's
that would be like if you
okay.
had a daughter.
He said Phil. I thought he said Phil. I thought he was like Phil's the same way. I was about to be like, oh
No,
shit.
Feel.
Like if you had a daughter, like let's say 10 years old, right? and I come over to the house. Hey, how's it going, Samantha? Like,
You
and I went up
naming
to you
it,
going
too.
like, oh, hey, just so you know, me and her are friends until she turns 18. That's weird. That's
Yeah,
weird.
it is very weird.
Because I have the desire to do it.
And I feel like there's not a difference minus you
Let me
waiting
make
till
sure
you're
you said
18. Minus you waiting till the person is of legal age. There's no difference minus that. So
I just think he's basically just benching them until he turns 18. Until they turn 18, then he's.
yeah, when they're of a point
but he's still
where he
talent
won't.
scouting.
Yeah, that
but
he's
Where
like
he's
building
at
a
a point
team.
where he won't get in trouble for it.
Does it
Which
get
I
to
mean,
the point?
I get it, but I feel like the
That feels-
correlation is kind of still
That
Yeah.
feels
there.
very R. Kelly to me. I feel like he's. Are you then now? You're growing them into being your perfect. When they're 18, you're like.
Yeah, I'm training her to be a woman, then I'm going to fuck her when she's 18.
Wait, but R. Kelly was just peeing on people left and right. So I
He
mean,
just has a calendar telling
he's
down the days.
just marking the days.
Oh yeah, R. Kelly he took it to
Like
another
Drake,
level.
I feel like it's there's too much of an age gap. Like I feel like at that point you're just like, oh da da da, and you're sticking around. So she's like, oh, you're always in play,
Yeah.
and you can also drop hints on like what she should do as she grows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're growing them at that point, and that gets weird.
I feel like that's weird. That's just
You can't grow, maybe.
That's just
He
as
might
weird.
not have. he
That's
might
just
not
as weird.
He might not have said any
He
of
might
that.
not have.
Okay, well, for the sake of just a conversation,
Yeah.
we won't quote him on it, but we'll.
Oh, no.
just-
He said
the ideas are there.
only friends until they turn 18. He did say it.
Yeah,
And he's dating a model who's 18, and now it's kind of. They're not sure if he dated her before she was 18 because she just turned 18, and it seems like they were dating a little bit longer than just a couple months.
I mean, is that still a good thing? I mean, isn't he like 31?
He is 31.
That's weird.
And he also said when people were asking what he texts 11 from Stranger Things, and he says, that stays in the text messages. I give her advice about boys.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez,
that's
that's-
pretty weird.
And she is 14. She's not close.
Yeah.
She's not like 17, like...
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
She's a
in
freshman,
age.
right? That's freshman, high school.
Yeah.
Gee.
And I have an issue with how...
I mean,
Society
and
treats
I
11.
mean, maybe
what's your issue?
maybe there should be like a clear, like, description than just a vague answer, like, of him just saying, telling her about boys, like.
I would have said
Because,
anything else in that
yeah.
moment.
Yeah, because if like.
Hey, I was trying to collab on something because she raps.
I give her acting tips.
And anything.
If
Literally.
she ever
Yeah.
wants to learn how to get shot in the back and then sit in a wheelchair for four seasons, fucking
But-
call me.
My issue with how society treats 11, I don't even know her real name, which I apologize for. But, like, they, like, sexualize her now. Like, she's on the, covers of, like, magazines, like, and she's only 14.
Yeah.
It's not, like I said, it's not like she's 18 and she's playing a 14-year-old on a TV show. She is physically 14 and she's, like, posing, like, wearing skimpy clothes, and it's like, why are we doing this?
I don't know.
Why
are you still reading these? Why?
I don't read them.
Why am I still subscribing?
And it's like... Well, but it's like, why?
Why can't I
How
put
come
this
no
down?
one has gone like?
Why is this even happening?
Yeah,
That's
why?
basically-
Like no one's gone like, this is a bad idea. We're really getting heavy.
Oh
Shit.
shit!
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my Drake is a pedophile thing on my list.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the second one was the Cruise Fight Club. This one, I think you need to tell.
Okay. We were talking about cruises last week.
Yeah, we
You
were.
went on a nice
I went on the
cruise.
cruise where I got this pure white Henny that we're enjoying. You know,
It's nice.
It's
Do
nice.
you have anything else you want to elaborate about your cruise?
It was very fun. There was one experience I had at the 24/7 pizza place on the cruise, and there was two couples in front of me. The guy was in the back. There was one guy working this 24/7 pizza place. Everywhere else is closed. So where everybody else is, I have no idea.
Yeah.
One guy, he's working the fucking pizza place. He goes into the back where the oven and the cooler is. I don't know how you have an oven inside of the freezer cooler, but I was like, that oven is working its ass off.
Yeah,
But
it's
he's-
working twice as hard.
He's coming out with like one slice, like one personal pizza, right? He'd bring that one personal pizza, cut it in half, give one half to one person, another half to another. So one pizza gets 2 people out the line. It already took this man 30 minutes to come out with this one pizza.
Yeah.
He gives it to the first couple. He has a cheese pizza sitting there just getting cold. Just
Yeah.
sitting under this heat lamp.
Yeah.
Gives it to this couple. We're sitting there for 30 minutes already. The couple looks at this man and says, "Can I get a salad?" He goes, "Yeah." Walks back into this thing for another 15 minutes. I'm like, is he picking the fucking vegetables from a garden back there?
Yeah.
He comes back out, gives them the salad, doesn't even look at the lady now, because the man left the lady. The couple is now one lady.
Yeah.
He leaves, goes back into this fridge/oven area, and I'm like, I'm never gonna fucking get this pizza at this point.
Nah, and you should. The thing is that it's a 24-hour, like, and they work long hours in the cruise ships. So the quicker he gives service, and like, I think it's bad work ethic, but the quicker he makes the pizza, the more like the line's gonna like. The further he has to go down the line, the more people he has to serve. So I think that he tries to space it out, take a long time in between times.
This is all he was doing. He was creating nothing but a bunch of drunk, hot, swaying customers. Because that fucking boat was rocky as hell at this point.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, I just really want a fucking pizza. I just wanted a slice. He brings me the most burntest. The most
Did
burnt.
you just create a word?
Yes, I did. BURNTEST.
Burntist. Okay. Because there's burnt, and then there's the most burnt
Burnt is,
available.
bro.
And that's
Like,
the one you got.
That's the one I got. It
Yeah.
looked like fucking the charcoal pizza. It looked like my crust was actual charcoal.
Okay.
That's how black it was.
Yeah.
I waited 45 minutes for this man to walk 3 times from this oven to the front of the counter. The lady in front of me, she wanted that cheese pizza that was sitting there in that heat lamp for that whole time. That's the pizza she wanted. If he would have just gave her that pizza, I could have been out.
The thing is, right? Also, if he serves you a bad slice of pizza, you're not coming back for another slice of pizza.
I came back.
And
Not that night. The next day, I showed
you
up.
give him one more shot.
The next day I showed up. I was like, I'll try.
Was it a
one
different
time.
guy? Or was it the same guy?
Yeah, it was a different guy.
Okay. Did the other guy have a little bit more passion?
He had a little bit more pep.
Okay,
Stuff.
that's awesome. No, and that's like they work really long hours. I wouldn't do it because I take like my job seriously in whatever I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be from like sweeping the floor
To a
to
porn
like
star.
To
porn star.
soundboards.
Yeah.
to soundboards, and I'm gonna give the best effort that I can.
You're gonna
because
give it your all.
my work is it's representative of who I am, and that's just what I believe. So if I give out crappy pizza, then I feel like a part of me is like crappy.
If you were a porn star, do you think you would keep D-Lo as your name?
D hang low.
Ooh.
Okay, I like it.
I've been given the name.
What-
I didn't come up with the name. I was given.
I was
given
given the name. What about you, AJ? What would yours? What would your name be?
Satisfactory at best.
That name was satisfactory at best. You'd be Sab.
Hey, at least he's honest.
10 seconds or less.
Gone in
Little Caesars. You just hot
gone in
right
10
in.
seconds.
Gone in 60 seconds, like Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
You should make a porn parody. You should be Nicolas Cage.
I mean, and that's Arrival. That's the act.
Yeah.
And that's leaving wherever he's at. 60 seconds.
Gone in 60 seconds.
I could probably film from beginning to end on a Snapchat.
Well, Snapchat now lets you hold
It
and
continues,
record.
yeah.
So
No,
are we
on one
talking-
Snapchat.
On one snap? How long?
No. Let's give myself a little bit of credit. The full hold and record, which is about a minute.
Okay, so you thinking you got a whole minute in you?
From start to finish.
Well, from like foreplay,
Oh
To-
shit! You just gonna get it all in? real quick?
foreplay, the act, and the afterplay of me crying and saying I'm sorry.
So it's so you're like Adam Sandler and Click. You're just gonna zoom past.
It's literally
Would
the whole act and me getting chased by a girl.
Do you typically come up with?
And you get chased by a car.
Would you
Is that why you got chased by the car?
would you come up with an would you come up with an excuse
I
or
wore
just
my-
be like,
I've run out of excuses. If it's a long-term
I'm
partner,
sorry,
they
baby.
the Hennessy's kicking in.
I ain't
I'm
drinking no
opening up.
Gatorade.
It's like, first time, hey, I'm sorry. Like,
hey, can we get an AJ's review on the Hennessy White?
Yeah, what's up?
Because you don't like Hennessy, if I'm not.
I don't mind Hennessy.
You don't mind it?
I don't drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you drink this on a regular basis?
Yeah, I would. It's really good.
You like it? It's smooth, right?
Yeah. I remember the only time I feel like I drank Hennessy was when we had a hotel room.
When
New
you were with your
Jersey,
black
the New
friends?
Jersey trip.
When I'm with black friends. This is
yeah.
the only time.
No, me and D'Angelo went on a trip to New Jersey.
And Carlos.
And Carlos, but the people don't know Carlos.
I
The
didn't
people
get
don't know.
I didn't get an invite to that either.
We went to New Jersey to visit my family.
2015, I think.
Oh, a family event that I didn't get invited to. Oh, that's cool.
And we had a hotel room, and D'Angelo bought a bottle of Hennessy.
Okay. I
That's
enjoy.
the story.
That's the only time you had Hennessy?
I think I've had like sips here or there. I don't like.
Yeah.
If I'm at a bar, I'm not going. Give me the Henny, sir.
I think you need to. I think you need to like
Is
really
that Henny I see there?
to spice
Fill
it
my
up.
cup.
Switch up the stereotypes. If you're in the club and I see you in one of your Stitch Fix like tux, girl coming up to you like, hey,
See, I mean,
hey, fine stuff. What's up? What's in the cup? You tell her Henny, instant panty dropper right there.
I will drink Hennessy, but if I have other options, I'll probably go to the other options. But now, if I can go to the bar and get like Hennessy White, for sure, I'm gonna get that.
Nah, Hennessy's clean, man. You
Yeah.
just mix it
And
with
I
some
use the
pineapple juice, it'll be
line-
fine.
You mix it with anything. I know it's fine.
It's good.
I like
It's smooth.
it. I like tequila. Tequila's my
I
go-to.
use the line when a girl comes up to me at the club. Hey, I have a successful podcast.
That's
That is true. Not
D'Angelo-
not the podcast part. The podcast is
but
not
the
really
fact that
successful,
he
but
uses
does say
that line,
D'Angelo witnessed it.
it doesn't work.
And D'Angelo was an amazing wingman when I did that.
What did you say whenever he set it up?
No, he wasn't there for that part.
Okay.
So
I was there for the after effect.
What happened with
Nah,
him?
let's not really get into it.
I'll get
No,
into
Because
it.
he
get
was
into it.
feeling too cocky.
No, and that was my downfall. It's a
Yeah, it
rise and
was.
fall story.
Yeah,
It's
let's-
It was.
it's like a
What happened?
Scarface.
Nah, because I looking back in my alternate timeline, I wouldn't have got you that beverage.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
He was trying to look like a pimp, right?
So I'm
he's
at a
like,
club.
He's
Wait,
like,
wait,
"D,
wait, wait.
get me a drink."
No, wait.
And I mean, I don't mind getting a drink.
You weren't there for that. You weren't there for the beginning. You showed up
Okay.
when it was like, I'm at the club, I'm dancing, I'm doing my thing. Hey,
Your thug dizzle.
hey.
Okay.
Hey.
That's how you get it. That's how you get down.
A girl comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, I hope you're really nerdy. If not, that would have been really sad if you were serious."
Damn.
And I said, "Well, I have a successful podcast." She all of a sudden changed interest.
You just said like that out of nowhere.
That's all.
Yeah, and we
that's
were on
all you
episode
said.
1.
That's all you said was, "I have a successful
It
podcast."
was, we were filming episode 2 the next day because that's why I was so hungover when
Oh,
we
yeah.
did the Oreo challenge.
Oh, that's why I was hungover too.
So
Makes sense.
we're talking, we're chit chatting. And I was like, man, this podcast is really like going well for me. D'Angelo shows up, and I just went like, hey, would you like another drink? She's like, yeah, you want to get in line for the bar? I'm like, no, I got it. I'm like, hey, D'Angelo, can you get two? And he just went, got the drink,
I'm a
brought
baller.
him back.
That's
He was not there.
that's
She has
a
no idea who this
solid
person was.
wingman.
It's a great wingman.
Then I got cocky.
You know, I like to entice a good time.
Then I went cocky. Or I got cocky. And I went,
That guy caught.
no. I realized, man, I have this in me. I didn't know I could do this. I could do better.
Wow.
I could do better.
Wow.
So I left her. And then I realized I can't do better.
So you
I,
had
I
a,
need to stay in my
It
lane.
was too late. It
By
was
that
too
time
late
she
to go
was
back.
gone.
Oh,
She was gone.
you had a
She was
sure
talking to some other
thing.
guy.
And
You
in
had
my
a
alternate
sure thing.
timeline, I think
Your
we would have been married by now.
Your eyes got too big, man.
You remember her name?
No, I don't think I got her name.
No.
She's our biggest fan. Her name is Sasha Mercy.
Honestly. But yeah, that's
Speaking of which, I haven't heard from her, and I
Don't
want
like
to
the
see her.
giant.
No, I want to see her in the comment section.
Don't wake that. I don't think you want that.
I would like to
because
see her opinion. I mean, she was
I
she was
gotta-
someone
I gotta
who
reopen my
commented.
Sauce and Mercy account.
No, she commented early, and it was. I mean, at the end of the day, at least she was commenting, and she was giving her output, even if it was really negative towards me. But
And racial.
minus that part, yeah. But yeah,
Damn, I didn't know it got racial.
it did.
So let's bring
should-
back the list.
I should tell my aunt. She needs to calm down.
What else do we bring up?
Look, you got a lot. Like the shit on here is. You never went over the cruise boat fight.
Oh, I never went over the cruise boat.
Not the Fight Club, yeah.
So there was this boat, like maybe a year ago or something, and it was like this family of 30, and they just basically went, "We own this boat," and they would just walk in like packs of 8, and then just fight everyone they saw.
Yeah, I used to learn.
So the captain went, "Hey, everyone, stay in your rooms. Don't come out. Don't come out."
Yeah.
And they were just roaming the street. They own that boat. The captain got like the engineers from the bottom to come up and rough them up, and they were just no. And
Yeah.
I
was just on a cruise.
that
Everybody.
boat
who-
was like warriors.
Everybody who works on a cruise ship, they all look pretty beatable in a fight. I didn't see anybody on the boat. I was like, damn, like I feel secure if some shit popped off like that. I can see how a family of 30 could pack up
Yeah.
and take over a boat. And where are you supposed to go? Where are you supposed to put
you're not
put
going
the
anywhere.
family? You just
Yeah.
dump them over the boat like Decepticons and just fucking. You can't do that shit.
So how would you rate your Bahamian experience?
It was a lot of fun. I'd rate it. I feel like I could have went and did some more shit in the Bahamas. I really just went and gambled in the Bahamas.
Did you win?
Yeah, I won some money.
What'd you play?
There's this one game called Sinbad, which is my new favorite slot machine. And Sinbad, it's like you play on a map.
It's called Shaquille O'Neal.
No,
Damn, yo,
and
it
you
was,
can, like-
it was Sinbad at first.
and you
Such
can
a great
like
movie.
you can spin a
the movie
wheel
was
and you
Sinbad.
like move. You move spaces on the board, and you can also fight the player next to you. If they're also playing, like you hit the spin button, and it's like Mortal Kombat at this
That's
point.
cool.
It's my favorite fucking game. I was down to 95 cents. I'm like, I'm coming down on the tail end. A bird comes down, drops an egg on me with $40. I'm back
He's
in
talking
it.
about real life, just in the Bahamas.
Yeah,
flying.
Random bird just.
I was thinking real.
Wow.
life.
That's what happens in the Bahamas. They got birds like that. Just drop money off. More people
And
need to go.
babies.
Support the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Let's. What on this list would you want to talk?
He really wants to talk about. I know what one he really wants to talk about.
I'm torn between Phil as an a-hole and burn my D off with a cigarette. So I'm gonna let you pick the better story between those.
Phil.
Okay.
Phil is an a-hole
Phil's an asshole.
because
Y'all need to man up.
Phil recently.
Wait, we're talking about the guy who.
Philip Kafel, who is a regular on the show.
No, we're talking about the guy who pushed the guy
Yeah.
in a wheelchair.
Handicap with one
in
leg.
in the rain from Bush and wherever it was. Miles.
You're calling him an a-hole?
Yeah.
You better have a good reason.
So Phil recently moved to Orlando.
Yeah, O-Town.
He's
Shout
gonna
out.
be- well, he was barely on the show anyway. He was behind the scenes a lot. Anyway, I digress.
Wow.
Phil moved. I have known Phil for 6 years of my life. I have seen Phil almost every day for 6 years. I needed to tell something to Phil when I saw him. So I was like, whatever, I'll see him tomorrow. It was about the podcast. Not a big deal. I'll bring it up. I get to work. I go, man, I gotta go find Phil. And I'm like, he's not here. Oh, and it like kind of hit me. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna see him every day
Did you
anymore.
cry? Did you cry?
I might
when-
have teared up. So I texted him. I'm like, hey, Phil, I needed to tell you something. I wanted to wait until I saw you at work.
Yeah.
But I just it kind of hit me. You're not here. I feel bad. Like, I'm upset now. And he just went, gotcha. What do you want?
Gotcha.
He hit you with a one-word text message.
Then, right before he moved, it was like the same week, we needed to give, like, swap things. I had some DVDs of his. He had some DVDs of mine. So he's like, can you stop by my house? We'll swap. I'm like, okay. I pull up, and I was like, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, I guess I won't. Like, I don't know the next time I'll see you. He goes, okay, bye. And then just walked away.
He didn't
Maybe
want
he
you
was
to
very
see him
busy.
cry.
Yeah, that too.
No, he's dead to me.
He's trying to be strong for the both of you.
No.
He's not invited back. That's why he disappeared.
You can't see another man
He's-
man cry though. That's
Phil is on to bigger and better things. Nah, Phil is he's the most humble person I know. So.
R.I.P. But burn my dick off with a cigarette
Yeah.
is not as interesting of a story.
I can't tell.
Did you burn your dick off?
No, it doesn't involve me. I'm walking down the street, mind my own business, and I hear two guys talking. And I just heard one guy say, "Yeah, they try to burn my dick off with a cigarette." And
As one would.
And he said it so nonchalantly, and it really has bothered me ever since. That's why I wrote it down on my little list of notes to bring up, because I didn't know what that meant. Like, what does that? Was it literally?
Like
was
a
it a
Usher burn?
metaphor? Was it? Yeah. Was it?
Usher burn with a cigarette. Maybe a cigarette is the new street term for a penis with herpes, because it's right at the tip and it's burning.
Or did it mean like,
I can see
oh,
that.
they really try to stick it to me? They try to burn my dick with a cigarette. Like, what did it mean?
that's a weird catchphrase if that's
Yeah.
it.
But I mean, they're notorious for coming up with weird.
And I think it
catchphrases.
might have been literal.
Maybe they ran.
Who's they?
There was no ashtray
Who's they?
around.
You know
Who's they?
You know who they
There,
are.
there was no ashtray
White people.
around, so you gotta use the next best thing.
I mean, that would explain the holes in the boxers.
There we go.
Is that how you get in your holes? You going down to the green iguana or the CDs, and they just out here burning.
They're going through the jeans
Is
and
that-
everything.
Is that why you've been thinking, like, is this the best life I'm living? You're at CD strip clubs letting strippers burn your
And
dick.
he said it's not my story. It's
Yeah.
kind of like when someone comes to you and
yeah.
I have this friend, right?
I have a friend, right? He's
Yeah.
been getting his dick burned with cigarettes.
No, I just what does
overheard
it
a
mean? What does it
conversation.
mean? What does that mean?
Man,
I wanted to stop them.
you
Hey,
you
sir,
tell us, AJ.
sir, what did that mean?
I mean, where were you when you heard this conversation? That's
I
the
was
first
just walking
part.
down the
Did
street,
you have a?
Were
I
you
know you've
by-
been watching Mr. Robot a lot. Did you have a Mr. Robot moment?
and I just
Where was you? Like, sir, you were really just talking to yourself.
it was just me. On a side note, I finished season 3 of Mr. Robot. Spot on.
Yeah, I have to.
Every season's different.
Yeah.
Season 1 is like a heist where they're like getting the team together, making the plan to like pull off something.
Yeah.
Season 2 is like a mystery.
Yeah.
And then season 3 is like intense. It's almost like a Breaking Bad season where it's just like so much is going on. You like
Yeah.
it hit the fan. What's happening? And
Yeah.
that's like I like that every season has been different so far.
Yeah, I have to catch up on season 3.
Speaking of burning my dick off,
You mean
Yeah.
AJ's?
do y'all know the Bobbitt story?
The what?
Lorraine Bobbitt and what's the man's name? I want to say his name was like Jeffrey or
So
Dave,
no.
something like that. But Lorraine Bobbitt cut off her husband's dick.
And threw it in the highway.
Yeah, and threw it in the highway.
Threw it in the tall grass, never
He-
to be seen again.
He later found it.
Yeah.
The doctor re-stitched it, and if you go on Pornhub right now, there is I think it's called Jeffrey Bobbitt Uncut is the name of the porno. The dude has a porn video out now.
Wow.
Well, not now. It's old as shit. But like in the beginning of the video, it's kind of like a dating thing,
Yeah.
like where he's explaining dating
Yeah.
Lorraine Bobbitt because the actress name is
Yeah.
Lorraine, but it's him playing it. So it's kind of like a weird like
That's crazy.
he's porn playing his real
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
with the wife who cut his penis off.
Yeah, I feel like that's just to get really young, but that's the day and age where we live in, where like you have a unfortunate circumstance, and in some kind of way, you make the most out of that bad situation, and you turn it into something that
Yeah,
can make you some kind of money.
He turned getting his penis chopped off into
Yeah.
into money.
I've slept with 70 women after the incident. I just looked it up. Oh, Woo!
What's his name? What's his name?
Jeffrey Wayne
Jeffrey.
Bobbitt. Or John Wayne Bobbitt. I just clicked on the video. Can you please look at the thumbnail?
Wow.
Yeah.
He has his shaft completely in another girl's
You
mouth.
can see where it's stitched.
I mean, but that's a horrible name if it's called Uncut.
Yeah.
Because
I think that was a play on words.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
it's messed up.
It's a lot.
Uncut, but it's really.
It's a lot.
That's
There's
hilarious.
some production value in
It's
this.
production, man. Like
Any
it's him talking like about like it's his life.
any last words before we head out?
I think we should just play the last little bit of this John Wayne Bobbitt Uncut. I feel like that should be how we wrap it up.
No, we're not putting that. There has not been 1 second that I feel like is okay to put in.
Oh, that guy's
I
getting
feel like
massive play.
That must
Look,
be.
he's living his best life. That's the best time.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
guy-
and that's
he's on a yacht.
Makes you.
And that's it. Like it's you
Should-
take that bad circumstance.
He's on a
and make it
yacht
good
with a
one.
mullet.
He turned.
living his
You
best.
were talking about where like, that butterfly effect of a bad situation. You may never know where it leads to.
He turned his bad alternate life into the greatest alternate
Yeah.
life.
Oh, I want to
Think about
make
it.
it
If
clear.
his penis never got cut off, does he become a porn star?
Absolutely.
No.
Does he make uncut
And I want to make
videos?
it clear, like, your best timeline is going to have some bad moments where you think, like, right now, like, you might think, oh, man, maybe this isn't the best timeline, but you might just be in a part that's rough,
Yeah.
and it might end up being the best timeline. Like, just because
Yeah.
it's not going to be perfect all the way through, there's probably one scenario like that, but, like,
Yeah.
you're going to have some good times and bad times, but overall, are the good times outweighing the bad?
Yeah. I was watching the Dan Bilzerian, like Joe Rogan podcast, where he was like this old proverb or whatever, where some guy like he has an unfortunate circumstance, and then some guy comes up to him and says, "How you feel about your like? Do you think this is like a negative thing in your life?" And he says, "All right, how do you feel about your life?" Like he's like, "It's okay," or maybe, or something like that. And then another bad circumstance happens, and then he's like, "Is this a good thing or a bad? Or is this a good thing?" He's like, "Maybe." Or is it a bad thing? He's like, "Maybe." And then some good circumstance happens, and he's like, "Is this a good situation?" He's like, "Maybe." And then a bad situation happens, and he's like, "Maybe it's a good situation. You just may never know where it may take you at the end of the day." Like, a bad circumstance can turn into a good circumstance, and a good circumstance can turn into a bad circumstance. You just may never know. So.
And this has been Inspirational Moment with D.A. Low.
Yeah.
I like it.
And that being said, that's been our episode.
That's
of
been the
Squad
episode of the
Goals
podcast.
See you next week, episode 25.
Hey,
the quarter
I have a question.
episode. Oh wait,
No. If, let's say I wasn't part of this podcast and I needed a place to find out about us, where would I go?
oh that's a good question. You could go to
Okay.
YouTube if you want to watch the video.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
If you want to just hear us, you don't really care. You want to listen to us while you're working out, doing some errands, in the car. Hey,
Making slime.
making slime. You could go to iTunes, look
Okay.
up Squad Goals Podcast. Go to Stitcher, look up Squad Goals Podcast. Go to Google Play, look up Squad Goals Podcast. And go to Spotify, and you look up Squad Goals Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Cigar City Entertainment. Instagram, CCE_Tampa.
Okay.
Or Twitter, CCE_Tampa.
I think that answers my question.
Okay, thank you.
Or our LinkedIn.
We have a LinkedIn.
No, we don't.
What about
have
our
it.
back page?
Our back page is AJ Uncut.
I think that's our episode.
All right. I like it.
That's a wrap. This has been episode 24.
24, 25 next week. The quarter episode. Big things are going to happen that episode, which we don't have planned, but we're going to plan it this week.
It's raw. We are a raw and rugged show. Every week you don't know what you're gonna get. So
I don't think I want to show up to an episode where it's going to be raw and rugged.
raw and rugged.
We're out.
Peace.